What's good, my people? It's your boy 336, and you are now rocking with the 336 podcast. I'm here today to tell you that I am ahead, not up to date. Yes, that means I am from the future. Your today is just my yesterday. Spoiler alert, ain't shit changed, man. What's good, my people? Again, you are now tuned in to the 336 podcast, which is currently airing on Sundays, but we are adding segments as time goes. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the page, like this video also. Let's get into it, man. I know we doing Sundays, man. This is a red cup Sunday, man. Don't ask me what's in my cup, because I ain't worried about what's in your cup. You feel me? As long as you got your cup, I got my cup, we good. We gonna cup. You know what I mean? Nah, I'm just drinking water. All right, man. Let's talk about it, man. Biden, this week. You know, I feel like we always got to talk about Biden, man. He is now proposing a minimum 20% tax on the wealthy. And when they say wealthy, so in case you thought you was wealthy and you was getting money, that is considered a household that makes over 100 million. So you're wealthy and Biden wealthy is a little bit different. So you might have to make sure your wealthy is wealthy, because these type of households and this tax would affect 0.01% of the world. So, you know, a lot of people want to get in that top 1%. This is the 0.01% of the world that's going to be affected. Now, this tool is supposed to be used to help handle and cut the deficit throughout the next 10 years. I don't know. Everybody, I don't care who you are, if you got money or you don't really want to pay taxes. You know, taxes are necessary, though, but it's just like we don't always know where them taxes go. Like, I think if we could see the true effects of our tax-paying dollars, we would probably be more happy if we were more aware of what our tax-paying dollars afford. Nobody wants to pay taxes for whatever the reason. I guess we all like to keep all the money we make. If we did that, though, the world wouldn't necessarily work as good as it does, regardless of how poorly it still does work. But these taxes are considered something that may try to persuade, you know, the wealthy people to actually invest in more foreign ventures, because what it is, you know, when they invest their money here, you know, we want that because it helps build the economy. They making all the money. They got the bag. So that helps us. But if they start trying to tax and get greedy and get little extras off the rich folk is saying, I'm going to take my money over here to Cuba, China, wherever, they ain't going to tax me like y'all do. Because we also know that, you know, the rules of all of these different things, you know, offshore accounts, different things, having your money in different places, you can avoid these taxable restraints that, you know, the American government will try to place on you. That's why a lot of people don't like it. What do you guys think about it? I kind of just feel like, man, we working for the money. Now, I do understand and get to a point like where maybe like you like Bezos and Elon and these guys, where you just got like too much money. Like, it really ain't nothing you could do with that money. And it's just like, you just got too much money, which is never a such thing, I feel like. And I'm only saying this for the perspective of like, okay, you can buy anything you want in this world, you know? Like, once you reach that level of money. But I'm not one to say like, man, y'all got all this money, y'all don't need it. Y'all don't need that big house. Y'all don't need 50 cars. You don't need that mega yacht. Oh my gosh, did y'all see Bezos' yacht? It was looking really crazy. I didn't really like see a full detailed thing, but I just seen how massive it is. I think they say it's the biggest yacht in the world. Rightly so, man. Amazon pulling up in style. But yeah, I'm not one of those people. Like, if you want to buy the yacht, whatever, all the change, you know, spend your money on frivolous things that other people may be like, man, you could have changed lives with that. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that, man. You make your money. You get it how you get it. You spend it how, you know, you spend it because you make it how you made it. And I feel like, you know, I don't really like the tax idea of trying to target the wealthy, because I just feel like just because I make more money than you don't mean I got to do more than the next person. You know, it's all percentage based. So let us all give the same percentage. Like, if I want to give more money and I want to go partner into a thing with the American government where I loan the American government my money via bonds, which that's where they messed up at, man. The value of these bonds, they not what they used to be. You know, we can invest into the government and see that return, but there's so many other profitable investments. Even though a bond is like a sure thing, you know, the government can't not pay you back. Y'all ask us to pay y'all every year. So every 2 weeks for some folk, every week. But it's just like, I don't really like the idea of trying to just put this extra tax on the wealthy just because they've made better off than the rest of the 99.99% of the world. So I don't know. What do you guys think about it? I just don't like it, man. I don't like it, Black women around the country and maybe even around the world, as far as even other minority women, are just feeling the sting of these Ketanji Brown hearings. The Ketanji Brown hearings have been happening over the past week. And these Republicans, boy, I tell you, I'm not going to throw out any names, but yeah, these guys and gals, they repeatedly harped on a small portion of her career. Now, if you guys don't know, Ketanji Brown is going to be the first African-American woman to ever serve on the Supreme Court, federal Supreme Court. She is a nominee, and she is actually the most popular Supreme Court judge that we've seen in a very, very, very long time, despite all the hate and all of these things that the people inside government are trying to do and that they're imposing on her. She's just like an amazing woman, and I'm just learning about her since, she had this. But from what they say, man, I mean, this girl, she's just a statue for perfection in your craft, in your area. I mean, she earned the highest rating in the ABA, which is the Bar Association, which means like you're just like, okay, like you're just the best. She is just the best. She is so inspirational just hearing her story. She's a mother, a Harvard grad. I mean, this girl is just from top to bottom. She's just everything that you would want in an employee, unless you're the federal government. You know what I'm saying? It's like anybody else would beg this girl to come work for them. She's just like so A-list, like so perfect, so everything. But the government wants to try to discredit her and want to prevent her from coming in. And I really want to say names, but I'm not. We have a lot of these senators, man. These guys, you can't even hide your biases anymore. This lady has been serving at a very high level in her area for years. But, some of the senators in the Republican Party, they took to try to attack her on some cases that she ruled over to just weigh her decision making. As your judge, you're going to be in the federal Supreme Court. We have to see, are you even a good judge? Which is understandable, but these questions were just so gruesome, so excessive, and didn't really have anything as far as her ability to be Supreme Court judge. They really tried to take off a small portion of her cases, and where she did about 10 or maybe a dozen cases that involve, child pornography and interstate child trafficking. These type of things, these people have to judge that. We all hate those people, but there are literal sentences and sentencing practices and protocol that have to be followed when dealing with those type of cases. And, she mulled over those decisions to say those are some of the hardest cases that she's had to deal with in her career. But we look at the statistics and why they try to judge her and say, are you trying to come in Supreme Court so you can let murderers, rapists, and child pornography guys come and get them back out on the street? Like, she's literally asked that question in, these hearings. Are you trying to get in here to let murderers back on the street? This is one of the best judges. We're going to go ahead and say it. She's the best judge in this country, highly accredited, and we're asking her questions like this. Now, I don't understand it. They try to say she was too lenient on some of these sentences, but when we actually looked at the data, she actually was at and even above the sentencing requirements that some of the other judges in the world or in the country have imposed in similar situations, meaning that whether they were a Republican or a Democratic appointed judge or any party, she actually was kind of on the same scale of how she judged in those hearings. Yet, even though she was above the national average as far as her sternness in those situations, we're still questioning her about her ability to govern these cases. It just really sucks. We're asking questions like, are you trying to get into the Supreme Court to implement critical race theory in our federal court system? Have you ever asked any other judge, are they trying to implement critical race theory in the federal court system? I mean, I don't understand. This is a black woman And of course, they want to say, we're not playing the race card when we ask hard questions. Don't try that with us. But when you ask questions like that, critical race theory, you want to try to discredit her. And you're simply saying out loud, are you going to try to fight for the African American and minority communities? Yes, she is going to, because she comes from that. She is an African American woman. And of course, her views will slightly differ from, some of the other panelists, being where they come from, how they were raised, the things that they've had to deal with. She's dealt with them differently, and she's dealt with them from a different point of view and a different standpoint. So of course, she's going to come in there with her theory, which has served her well, being that she's even in this position, being that she has these accreditations, and she's going to use that to the best of her ability to govern this racial and divided country. And yes, when you ask questions like that, we do feel like you are just trying to play the race card. I mean, you say don't play the race card, but then you play a race card there yourself. Are you trying to implement race theory? Man, get out of here, man. Don't ask me, am I going to stand up for my community, for where I come from and how I was raised, and don't tell me that I can't be that person. I can't be who I am, who I've been, that have got me to this point. This is a very, very big thing. When you haven't had something for 233 years since you've been created and now it's changing, it's just great. And she's a female. So shout out to women fighting for women, and women being able to, create new barriers, new highs, and new ceilings for women. This was amazing, especially being a black woman. Make some noise. Y'all comment, Ketanji. Congratulations. You handle everything well. You are a queen. Did you participate in Earth Hour? Now, some of you guys may not know what Earth Hour is. I'm also just finding out about this thing called Earth Hour. But what Earth Hour is, it's just this thing where people across the world turn off non-essential lights for an hour to raise awareness about energy conservation. Now, I like this idea. This is my first time hearing about it. They had did this, and they've been doing this actually for about 7 years. Or actually, I think since 2002. So it's actually been a little bit longer. It's about 2 decades of this. Or was it 2007? I'm not sure. They've been doing this for a while. And I like the idea of it, man. Energy conservation, energy awareness, because we don't really get taught that, we don't really understand that the power of energy. We just use these lights, man. And I feel like this is something I've never heard of, but growing up in a black household, I mean, we participating in Earth Hour a lot. You know what I'm saying? Mama come up in there, cut off all these lights. Mama gonna make sure we cut off them non-essential lights. So I feel like we've been participating in Earth Hour in the black community. I don't know about no other community. When mama come in there and see them lights on, she gonna tell you to cut off all non-essential lights. And even some essential lights, you might have to walk around in the dark and use your phone. Mama say cut them lights off. So yeah, energy conservation, raising awareness for that. I'm doing my part by just telling you guys about it. This was on the 26th of March. However, you can still participate in this by making sure that you conserve energy by cutting off non-essential lights in your household and just conserving that, raising awareness, talking about it, because energy is a big thing right now. Energy is also considered gas, which you can see how high gas prices are right now. Energy is high. I'm not going to go left about what our prior president has done for energy and what we're doing now to just destroy energy. Energy sucks right now. So we definitely need to raise awareness for this. Be aware, because energy is how we run. If we don't have no energy, then you know how energy is with your body. If you ain't got no energy, you're going to be down bad. So yeah, Earth Hour, you can do it every hour. You can do it more hours. I like it, man. I like it a lot. Earth Hour, baby. I feel like an environmentalist right now. That's why I'm so excited. So that's all we have time for today. Just talking about a couple of different things, man. I don't want to get so repetitive on Ukraine. There's still a lot going on there with the war. If you guys want me to give you more Ukraine, let me know. I try to just give you guys some different things that you may not hear about, because Ukraine is very repetitive and it's very propaganda. It's just giving propaganda. So I don't like to get involved in that. But if you guys want to hear more about the war and want me to keep you updated with that, or even the financial impacts that are going on that, I've discussed, just go watch some of my old takes. Some episodes really cover the scope Not for just that week, but the months ahead. So make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss those episodes. Like this video, go ahead and comment your thoughts. Let me know what you want to hear. Something new or more of the same. It's your boy 336. Y'all stay safe, but most of all, stay sucker free. Zip.